Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to come in, do a quick video on the $20 million lawsuit that has been filed against Fat Joe. I gotta do some edits. Give me a second, because I just looked at my heading and I just did all kind of crazy stuff. A second, let me get this updated, because I could clip this out, but I doubt it. Okay. I was online trying to find the documents. I'm not gonna purchase these court documents. It's a 157-page lawsuit. So we're just gonna read it. This is courtesy of Hype Fresh. Let me share my screen so you guys can see what I am looking at. And of course, you can read along with me. Let me share my screen. Of course, all things in this video are alleged. They are from my opinions only. They are used for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Let me drop this thumbnail. Okay, as you can see, it's courtesy of, excuse me, pull Hype Fresh. That's the heading, Hype Fresh. And it says Fat Joe accused. Let me make sure my volume is on. Okay. It says Fat Joe accused of unthinkable acts in a 157-page lawsuit, even acts to unalive 50 and DMX, question mark. And it states a bombshell 157-page lawsuit filed against rapper Fat Joe has unleashed a torrent of shocking allegations, accusing the hip-hop legend of orchestrating a criminal empire built on sexual coercion. Baby, everywhere I'm looking at now is sexual coercion. Then you got financial fraud and even unaliving conspiracies targeting rap icons 50 Cent and DMX. This was filed on June 20th. Ooh, that's today. No wonder I couldn't find it when I was looking for it. According to this, it's filed on June 20th, 2025, which is today, in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York by Terrence T.A. Dixon, Fat Joe's former hype man. The Civil RICO, Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act complaint seeks $20 million in damages and paints a chilling portrait of abuse spanning 16 years. These claims, if proven, could reshape the legacy of one of hip-hop's most prominent figures. Now, I was able to find the case because it is in New York's Southern District. I was able to find it. I got the case number and everything. For some reason, I couldn't get it pulled up, but I did. It is in there. That I do know. It's definitely a case out there. It says a disturbing allegation of sexual coercion. At the heart of the lawsuit are gut-wrenching claims of sexual exploitation. Dixon, who served as Fat Joe's hype man from 2006 to 2019, alleges that the rapper, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, forced him into over 4,000 sexual acts over their working relationship. According to the complaints, these acts were coerced under threats of financial abandonment, public humiliation, and loss of career opportunities within Fat Joe's terror squad circle. The lawsuit describes a pattern of psychological manipulation, with Dixon allegedly subjected to constant surveillance to ensure compliance. Even more disturbing, Dixon accuses Fat Joe of engaging in sexual acts with minors. The lawsuit details three specific cases: a 16-year-old Dominican girl allegedly flown across state lines for sexual encounters, compensated with cash and paid phone bills; a 15-year-old non-US citizen who reportedly received a Brazilian butt lift as payment for sexual favors; a Latina minor considered for a relationship which allegedly posed a threat to Fat Joe's marriage. These allegations suggest a predatory pattern within what the lawsuit terms the Cartagena enterprise, a purported criminal operation exploiting vulnerable individuals. Then you have the unaliving conspiracy targeting rap legends. Among the most explosive claims are allegations that Fat Joe ordered hits on two rap superstars, Curtis Jackson, known as 50 Cent, and the late Earl Simmons, known as DMX. According to paragraphs 626 through 630 of the lawsuit, in the winter of 2006 or 2007, while residing in Miami, Fat Joe received a call about 50 Cent's presence at a New York venue. Enraged, he allegedly ordered a hit, placing a bag on 50 Cent's head, street slang for a bounty. The plot failed due to 50 Cent's formidable security, described as Navy SEAL type, which intimidated the would-be unalivers. The lawsuit claims Fat Joe openly expressed frustration, telling associates he had been trying to get this in for a minute and lamenting his terror squad's crew's inability to execute the hit. Dixon was reportedly present during these admissions at Fat Joe's Miami residence. Similarly, paragraph 528 details an incident where Fat Joe directed Dixon and another associate to handle DMX after the rapper became embroiled in an altercation with someone close to Fat Joe. Under immense pressure, Dixon attempted to confront DMX, but the rapper refused to come outside, averting any violence. The lawsuit alleges that refusing such orders could have jeopardized Dixon's safety, finances, or career, illustrating the intense coercion within Fat Joe's inner circle. Then you have financial fraud and wage theft. The lawsuit also accuses Fat Joe of sophisticated financial crimes, including wage theft and tax evasion. Dixon claims he was underpaid through cash payments and delayed compensation, while Fat Joe allegedly falsified IRS documents to inflate Dixon's reported income. This not only deprived Dixon of lawful earnings, but also exposed him to tax liabilities, collection actions, and audit risks. Meanwhile, Fat Joe allegedly enriched himself through unreported profits and diverted payroll, maintaining plausible deniability while exploiting his laborers. Paragraph 622 through 625 of the lawsuit describes these acts as part of an enterprise-wide policy of financial fraud, obstruction, and coercion to suppress dissent and enrich Fat Joe at Dixon's expense. Then you have additional acts of violence and intimidation. The lawsuit details other violent incidents allegedly orchestrated by Fat Joe to protect his reputation and enforce loyalty. In one case, Fat Joe reportedly ordered 3 terror squad members to assault a man in the Bronx, using the term ketchup to signify a targeted stabbing to protect the victim's identity. Details are limited, but the act allegedly violated New York Penal Law 120.10 is assault. Another incident involved Fat Joe's reaction to verbal taunts from the new boyfriend of Brenda, the mother of one of his children, who made degrading sexual comments. Enraged, Fat Joe allegedly ordered retaliation though Dixon withheld further specifics out of respect for the victim. Most disturbingly, Dixon claims Fat Joe bragged about committing a crime in the 1990s for which another man is currently serving a life sentence at Sing Sing Correctional Facility. Fat Joe allegedly mocked law enforcement's failure to catch him, even designing an album cover mimicking a federal interrogation room. These allegations suggest a pattern of using violence and surrogates to punish perceived disrespect and maintain dominance within the terror squad. Legal context and Fat Joe's defense. The lawsuit invokes serious federal and state laws, including 18 USC 1961 for RICO predicate, framing Fat Joe's actions as part of an organized enterprise. You have 18 USC 1959 for violent crimes and aid of racketeering, attempted unaliving. 18 USC 371 for conspiracy to commit a federal offense. Florida statutes like 782 unaliving, 774.04 attempt. New York penal law sections like 105.15 conspiracy and 125.25 unaliving. Fat Joe, represented by celebrity attorney Joe Tacopina, has vehemently denied all allegations, calling them complete fabrications and a desperate attempt to extort him. In April of 2025, Fat Joe filed a defamation and extortion lawsuit against Dixon and his attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, after Dixon's social media posts accused him of being a pedo and engaging in illegal activities with minors. His lawyer claims Dixon's lawsuit is retaliatory, aimed at deflecting from Fat Joe's earlier legal action. Blackburn, however, has doubled down, comparing Fat Joe to Sean Combs and referencing his 2013 tax evasion conviction to suggest a history of criminal behavior. Terrence T.A. Dixon, also known as Population One, in the electronic music scene, contributed significantly to Fat Joe's career as a lyricist and background vocalist on tracks like Congratulations and Ice Cream. His 16-year tenure with Fat Joe placed him close to the alleged events, lending weight to his claims and raising questions about why he remained in the organization for so long. The lawsuit suggests coercion and fear of retaliation kept him trapped. The allegations have sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, drawing comparisons to other high-profile cases involving RICO charges and abuse claims in the music industry. Social media platforms are rich with speculation, with fans and critics debating the credibility of Dixon's claims. As of June 20, 2025, 50 Cent has not publicly commented on the alleged unaliving plot, and no statements have emerged from representatives of DMX, who passed away in 2021. These figures lack of immediate corroboration adds complexity to the case, which remains in its early stages. This lawsuit, with its blend of sexual misconduct, financial fraud, and violent conspiracy allegations, promises to be a contentious legal battle. The RICO framework elevates the stakes, requiring Dixon's legal team to prove a pattern of racketeering activity. Fat Joe's countersuit for defamation and extortion suggests both sides are digging in for a prolonged fight. Court proceedings will likely scrutinize evidence, witness testimonies, and the credibility of Dixon's detailed accounts. The 157-page lawsuit against Fat Joe is a harrowing catalog of alleged crimes, from sexual coercion and financial exploitation to murder conspiracies. Targeting 50 and DMX, if substantiated, these claims could expose a dark underbelly of the hip-hop world and tarnish the legacy of a rap icon. I had wanted to see if I click on this, because I can't really see it, because this is on X. I don't know if I can see it. I gotta see if I can share that. Can I even see it? This is on X, is a post made by Lauren Cunlin, but this is on X where it says, this is on page 115 of the 157-page lawsuit, and it says defendant directed plaintiff and another associate to handle rapper DMX after DMX became involved in an altercation with someone close to the defendant. Following defendant Cartagena's demands, plaintiff attempted to confront DMX, but DMX refused to come outside. Although nothing happened to DMX, plaintiff was under immense pressure and coercion, knowing that refusing the order would jeopardize his safety, finances, career, or position. This illustrates how the defendant employed physical force through surrogates to protect his reputation and punish perceived disrespect to Terror Squad. You got number 1, violates Florida statute 777-04 and 784.02. And it says, instructed 3 members of Terror Squad to assault and catch up a man in the Bronx as detailed above. Catch up is a term coined within the enterprise to signify a targeted stabbing in the interest of protecting the victim. The details of this incident have intentionally been limited. 1, violates New York penal law, and it says responding to verbal taunts from the boyfriend of one of his children's mother, Brenda, who had called defendant and made degrading sexual comments like, "I am fucking your baby moms," in the ice while your son is in the other room. Enraged, defendant told plaintiff that the man had gone too far. Out of respect to this victim, plaintiff has decided to withhold the remaining details. Plaintiff confronts defendant Cartagena about this victim via Instagram Messenger as detailed above. Violates New York penal law. Brag to plaintiff that another man is currently serving a life sentence in Sing Sing Correctional Facility for, it says redacted, that defendant himself committed in the 1990s. Defendant often laughed about local and federal law enforcement failure to catch him, even designing an album cover to mimic a federal interrogation room. Okay, so what I will do, because this is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. I am going to see if I can get the court documents. And if I get the court documents, then I'll come on like I did yesterday when I read Tyler Perry's, and I'll come on and I'll read this one. Now, the one I did with Tyler Perry yesterday was long because it was 46 pages. And I got tired of reading that. This is 157 pages. There is going to be no way that I'm going to sit here and read 157 pages. It's just not going to happen. Now, I'm going to probably hit the highlights of like the charges, the facts of the case and what he's requesting. That is probably what I'll do when I get the documents. But outside of that, I'm not going to sit here and read everything. I'm just not going to do it because, baby, reading court documents is a lot of work, especially when you get tired of talking so much, especially when you're not a big talker. And I don't talk that much. I'm not a big talker. So even doing these reviews is a lot for me because I'm not a big talker. But I just wanted to jump on and do this real quick. I am getting ready to watch Divorce Sisters. So maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I will be doing the review for episode 3. But with that being said, I will talk to you guys again soon. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to share the video. Thank you, and y'all have an amazing day.